This is Harvest Sessions. I'm Hannah, and I'm here with the lovely natives today.
Ooh,
hey guys.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good.
Very well, thanks.
Good. Introduce yourselves.
I'm Andy, I play drums.
I'm Jim and I sing.
I'm Jack and I play the guitar.
So, how did you guys get together? Are you friends from home?
Yeah, it started with me, Jack, and our bass player Greg, who all went to the same school together, just jamming at lunchtimes and stuff. And then through playing gigs in like the local area, we met Jim and Ash, who are in like other bands. And then from there made what is known as a super group. And and it's the lineup that we have today. So yeah, we've been friends for a long time now.
Do you ever get sick of each other or not really?
I think we're pretty good. It could be a lot worse.
Yeah.
We've grown up doing it, sort of thing. So we've almost we don't know any different.
Yeah.
So we've just learned to. This is how it is.
Learn to hate each other.
We've
learned
learned.
to hate each other. No, I like that. You learn to hate each other. Yeah. That's good. And you're from New Forest?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah, just outside Southampton in the
I've
forest.
actually never heard of it before.
The New Forest?
Quite a few people have never heard of it actually.
No,
Right.
I've never actually heard of it. Not a common place.
It's lovely.
Gets thrown around.
It's it's great. It's they're like the tourist attraction other than the trees, like the literal forest. We've got there's wild horses and donkeys that just kick about on the streets and walk into pubs and stuff. It's very rural.
Standard,
Yeah, it's nice. It's a nice place to write.
You guys have toured in Bristol before.
Yeah, we came here a couple of times, or maybe we played Hit the Deck Festival here last year on Thekla, the boat.
Yeah,
which we were just
I love that.
Which we thought was the coolest venue ever. Being
we've been to Thekla twice now, I think.
Yeah.
So how is touring? Do you guys have any good stories? Any funny, interesting stories? Or
things seem to just go wrong for us on tour, but I'm sure every band says that. But no, just vans just break when we're in them, just things like that. But
it's always the way really when something important's coming up or whatever. Something goes
always.
wrong.
But the actual touring aspect of it is we love to do that as well.
Yeah.
So it's you can't really get much better really than doing
your favourite thing with your best mates every day in different places. It's great, yeah. And especially this time because we're touring. The tour on now is our first proper headline tour. So whereas before we kind of go out supporting other bands and sort of telling everyone about us and trying to sort of sell our band, this time it's people have got tickets to see us, so it's a different experience, hopefully playing to people who sort of know the words and want to be watching our band, which is cool.
Well, today is your first day of the headline tour, isn't it? So Bristol's your first stop.
It is.
You're playing Louisiana?
Yeah.
Nervous? Excited?
On the geeky side, we've got a load of new equipment and a new set which we never played before. So there's a bit of nerves on the sort of technical side that everything's going to work, but I think it's just excitement really. We kind of like playing shows. It's not it's sold quite a lot of tickets.
I get nervous maybe 15 minutes before we play.
Once you get on, it's you forget about it all.
I
imagine you just
within
enjoy
the first,
it.
30 seconds it's fine.
It's neat. It's good playing lots of songs for the first time and stuff off the album that's just come out. So that'll be exciting. Nice to play something new. We've kind of been playing the same set on tour for the last year, so it's nice to crack out a new one.
Do you do anything to calm your nerves before? Any rituals or anything like that before you start?
Very unritually, aren't we? Every other band we toured seemed to have a hands-in thing or a big hug.
I don't want to start doing one of those now.
I go to the toilet.
Just to make sure.
It just happens.
Quite a lot of pacing around.
Yeah, we just sort of wander
quiet,
around.
I think.
Rob, our tour manager, who sort of sets all of the stuff up, gets hounded by nervous, Rob, we've done this, Rob, where's my guitar there? Is everything in tune? Is everything working? We realised last year that we play a lot better when we don't drink any alcohol before we play. So it's quite calm before we play, and then it's the excitement of you get the reward of a cold beer or a nice bottle of whiskey when you come off stage. So it's very calm into before the show.
Well, you mentioned that your album has just come out.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
How's it going? Tell us a little bit about the album.
Yeah, it's going. The reception's been amazing. Obviously, it's our first album.
Yeah.
So we kind of didn't really know. We put some EPs out, which had done quite well. But the reviews have been amazing, really. Had pretty much, we haven't seen a bad one yet, which is touch wood.
We haven't been shown a bad one.
Yeah. Yesterday we were told we were just behind Gary Barlow in the charts. It's nice to have an actual because I didn't really think about it sentimentally before we did it. When you've actually got a physical thing that kind of identifies your band, it's quite nice to actually have a bit of a product. Whereas like I said before, when you're going out, it could be download our free one song on the internet. It's hard for someone to connect with that. So it's nice to have a whole body of work.
Do you guys have your own merch and stuff as well that will be able to buy at the
t-shirts at shows and
quite into that, aren't we? It's always been our thing that we kind of wanted to not that we think we're fashion designers or anything, but we kind of didn't want to just rip people off. We wanted the merch to look good and be like an extension of kind of like the brand of the band.
Yeah.
So we put a lot of effort into trying to make the shirts look good. And
Well, it's important because it's reflecting you at the end of the day. So
it is.
Yeah,
want it
I
to look
mean,
good.
like people could have t-shirts for like £5 if they wanted, but they'd be printed on the worst fitting t-shirts you've ever seen with the worst print ever.
Yeah.
So we try and make it.
We want it to be something that we'd wear
Yeah.
and something that like kind of suits like the overall
Like you say, it's representing us. So it is
Yeah,
important.
exactly.
But we currently have one t-shirt, well, in transit from the Philippines.
We just we left some merch there when we played in the Philippines last month, and we left some merch there strategically, getting it cargoed back for this tour, but it's still getting strategically cargoed back for the tour. So we're down a design at the moment.
Where can we get your album from then? So
iTunes, Amazon.com. I think it's in most HMVs.
Spotify,
exciting.
Deezer.
If you're a niche streamer that doesn't like Spotify, it's pretty much everywhere. It's had some really nice distribution.
So where else are you going for your tour then? So you're going around the UK.
Test.
Sheffield.
Where else can we see you?
Sheffield, Birmingham, Nottingham,
Newcastle, Glasgow, Leeds, Manchester, Paris,
Oh, nice.
Eindhoven,
Cologne,
Antwerp,
London. Wow.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Well done.
So that's this next
Memorised
2
it all.
weeks. Yeah. So that should be good fun.
Any Irish dates coming up or? not
Well,
really?
there are. We're sort of figuring them out. We wanted to do it on this run, but it's that Irish sea's a logistic nightmare getting across it. So
it's an expensive bit of water.
we're going to be touring again.
Expensive bit of water.
It is. It costs 5 times as much to get us and our stuff to Ireland as it does to get it to France.
Really?
So just fitting it into a tour as well. So we're going to do a tour again in summer, and we're going to do some Irish shows on that because there's lots of people have been saying on various social networks that we haven't been there and we need to.
What festivals have you got coming up? You mentioned festivals.
The only one that's announced, because we always say things that haven't been out, is we're doing this thing called. It's not far from here actually. We're doing a thing called 2,000 Trees, which is in sort of Gloucester way, I think, which is sort of we're in the sort of West Country, aren't we? It's sort of the same neck of the woods. So we're doing that, and the lineup's really good for that. And then there's
who else is in that?
it's just that the lineup's really good. I know it is because I looked.
Yeah,
at
the lineup's really good, but I don't know who's in it.
No, it is. I remember looking at it and thinking that's some cool bands, but I couldn't tell you offhand who it is.
Have you got anywhere you kind of want to be, like an aim, where you like a festival you particularly want to be at, or like a venue maybe you want to play at, or anything like that?
UK, I think like Reading is the one we really want to do. Reading and Leeds, and then like internationally, like Summer Sonic in Japan. Probably we really want to go to Japan.
Japan would be amazing.
And our album's coming out there, so we're sort of hassling everyone possible to make it happen.
Just keep pasturing, then
that's
obviously.
it.
Yeah.
So I guess those two would be the sort of dream festivals for the year.
Well, do you all have the same favourite bands, like inspirations and influences, or not really?
Pretty much,
similar.
Yeah,
really.
we all come from the same sort of musical place, but
realm.
Yeah.
Everyone likes different stuff, but it's all sort of the same. Like we all listen to like top 40 pop music. We all quite like that. We all like stuff from like maybe the 80s, so it's like Michael Jackson, Phil Collins, and stuff like that. And then Jack likes like sort of country music.
Big
I like a bit of country music.
Oh, there you go. Well, it's just an array of stuff, really. We try to take inspiration from anywhere.
Try and just take in as many different types of like music as possible, and then sort of some sort of like a sponge that soaks up all these little bits from everywhere, and then hopefully it comes out in our album as like little bits of all different sorts of things.
Well, how would you describe your music to people that haven't listened to it before, but maybe listening now? It's so hard to pick a genre, but if you have to bring all the sponge in.
Pop rock seems to be the colloquial kind of cloud it's put under, but I think it's got a bit more of a groove than maybe kind of like there's sort of lots of elements from kind of like dance and stuff. Like, not that we sound like we're at a rave or anything, but there's definitely like a bit of a grooving, quite percussive, more than maybe normally in that sort of genre. So somewhere, I don't know how you would describe that. Groovy pop rock. But we always just say like just go on like Spotify or whatever and listen and kind of make your own mind up. But like it's always really hard to sort of.
And if our listeners want to find out anything more about you, where can we go to find out?
Well, like our sort of username on every social network is Follow Natives. So on Twitter, Facebook, that's kind of the thing to type in. YouTube, Vivo, and then we have our own website, which is follownatives.com, which is like a central hub of all of those bits of information, and there's loads of stuff on there. And then Wikipedia as well. A Wikipedia page appeared last week, and I was like, that's cool. So have a little look at that, and there's some stuff on there as well.
Brilliant. So we know how to find out more about you, know where to get your music, and we also know where you're playing.
Yeah, got all the info.
Brilliant. Well, thank you for coming on.
Thank you
All right,
very much
thanks
for
for having us.